All right, next up is the City of Lake Station, Mr. Repay.
This is for the Viking Village Pump Station. As you recall, we had approved, or the board approved, the design phase of this. The initial pump station was located within the 100-year flood elevation. And so I'm trying to think, who do we got here that's going to present for DLZ? I'm looking.
That would be me, Tony Kenning.
Tony Kenning, I'm sorry. There was a couple pages I wasn't sure who was on it. By the way, if you've already presented and you really cared not to listen to everyone else's presentation, no harm if you really want to go do something else. So
that's Mr. Repay's. That's Mr. Repay's statement. I mean, the rest of us might be checking that off. All
yeah,
right?
you're gonna follow the 43 participants here at tonight's meeting. I understand that. There'll be a test later. Anyways,
I'm old.
Clearly, I am too. Tony, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. Thank you very much for having us. And I am presenting here on behalf of the City of Lake Station. I'm going to attempt to share my screen.
You can do it.
And here we go. All right. Oh, can you see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Just hit from the beginning. That would be probably the best.
Yeah, you know what? I apologize. It looks like it's being covered up by some other aspect of Zoom. Hang on. There we go.
As long as no one shows up as a cat like that one attorney did, we're going to be okay.
There we go. How's that? Is that much better?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Again, Viking Village lift station replacement project. The Viking Village pump station is located on Deep River or adjacent to Deep River at the location shown as seen right here. The kind of zooming in what's going on with the lift station itself, you can see the blue hatched area, which is actually the 100-year floodplain boundary of Deep River. And the lift station, there's actually a couple structures out here, but the main one that is of concern is the yellow six-sided figure there that's currently located within the floodplain and has been compromised a number of times over its history. The relocated pump station is going to be placed, and it's actually in process right now. Construction has begun at the location shown, the red hatched square. The elevation of that new pump station is easily about 6 or 7 feet above the floodplain elevation in that area, so it's going to be removed well out of harm's way. There's a photograph here indicating the structures that are compromised from time to time. Most recently, back in February 2018, the Deep River levels actually came within a foot of the station, causing failure of an old overflow plug that was put in there many years ago, causing sewage to then overflow into the river. Another documented example is back in 2008 when a lot of chaos happened. The station was submerged for several weeks without access to it, causing sewage to overflow into the river. My understanding also is that when some of these events have happened too, it's not only this location that can overflow. This station begins to take on flows, additional water from the river, and gets into the system and inundates the system downstream, the sanitary sewer system downstream, and there are overflows that occur at 25th, in the vicinity of 25th and DeKalb. Relocation of the pump station outside the Deep River floodplain obviously significantly, if not eliminates any type of potential of sewage overflow, which is a water quality concern for the region. The relocation will also provide, improved access for maintenance during Deep River flood events. No more inaccessibility of the pump station during those events. And then it's also going to include permanent emergency generator and telemetry on the station to provide reliability of operations going forward. As Mr. Repay had indicated, the board did participate in a 50% of the design costs for the pump station back in April. And the city of Lake Station, again, thanks you for that contribution. The project was awarded to Grimmer Construction. This says to begin in January 2021. It has begun. They're just a little bit tied up now because of the snow. Otherwise, it would be progressing. We are anticipating completion of construction on or around May of this year. And with this application, Lake Station is requesting a 50% match of the approximately $690,000 construction cost in the amount of $345,000 to assist with the construction. With that, I know you've all seen the application, but I'd like to be brief and turn it over with any questions that you might have.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for this fine young man as it relates to this project?
Question,
Yes, sir.
move,
Hold on a
we
second.
move the-
Mr. Gazdecki.
oh, go on.
I was curious to know, how are they currently funding the project that's under construction?
My understanding
Is there
oh, go ahead.
is there a bond issue or a loan or, I just was curious to know how they plan to pay if we don't approve.
My understanding is the pump station right now, as is being funded by local rates. I am not aware that this is part of any bonded effort at this point in time.
Okay.
Mr.
Thank you.
Wishlinski.
When you move this pump station from the current location, which is located in the floodplain outside it, what year flood how far away is it going to be in? And are we going to be at a 200-year level, or do we know where we're going to be?
I would say we're definitely well above the 500-year level. So we've moved this thing easily about 6, 7 feet up higher. If that elevation is ever achieved, I think all of Lake County is pretty much done. But yeah, we're significantly going to be above it.
Okay.
We live in a
thank you.
swamp. Anthony, I have a question for you. And it has to do just with the general overview of this being a pump station. And if we approve this pump station, how would you anticipate the rest of the communities in the watershed looking at pump station requirements in their particular jurisdiction?
How would
they all want a pump station?
I'm sorry, repeat that last part.
Wouldn't they all want a pump station?
I guess, there are a lot of pump stations that, from my knowledge, that are located within a floodplain, but they're usually have been elevated up above that 100-year elevation level. So I think from what I've seen over the years, this is somewhat unique in the fact that it's down below and inundated vertically. So I can't anticipate what it would be from all, the requests from the other communities, but I understand maybe the concern of setting a precedent and so forth. I would say that this is probably a little bit different than the others because it is vertically at a lower elevation in the floodplain and so forth. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Well, it helps without a doubt. But remember, this is also a group that saw the Army Corps of Engineers project have a standpipe that was draining the river inside of the levee. So we've seen a lot of unique things that have been approved, but we, have to try to figure out the best way to move forward. So you're of the opinion that because of this elevation, it's a unique situation to Lake Station.
Correct.
All right. Any other questions for this young man? Come on, you're killing me. All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.